Welcome to the channel, everyone. Thank you for joining me today. In today's reading, we are taking a look at what is ahead for you, what is waiting for you up around the corner, what new beginnings, what messages want to come through, about what is around the corner in the future for you. We have 3 pile choices to choose from today. We have pile number 1 with the moon. And your stone today is Ocean Jasper. Pile number 2, we have Mirror with Carnelian. Pile number 3, we have Nemesis, and that is with Moss Agate. Alright, if you need more time to meditate, go ahead and pause the video now. Those of you who know which pile is speaking to you, just check in the description box for your timestamps below, and I will see you at your readings. Welcome pile number 1, everybody who chose the moon card with the Ocean Jasper stone. This is your reading, and when I was shuffling the piles, you had an extra card come out, and it says spell enchantment. So we have moon timing and spell enchantment. So you may have been doing some healing work, working with the moon, cleansing out some old energies, maybe shedding old emotions, shedding old wounds, going through some maybe behavioral patterns that you're letting go of, and maybe accessing your wisdom and tuning into your emotions. And right now, the energy that you're stepping into, what is around the corner for you, is a time period of fertility and blessings and abundance and happiness, and they're coming in very quickly for you. There's just this download of good blessings that are coming in for you, pile number 1. And what do we have? The spirit, she's got 1 foot in the spiritual realm and 1 foot in the physical world. So you are bringing forth some kind of manifestation. Maybe you've been doing spell work and wanting to create something, manifesting a dream come true, a new beginning. Yeah, and it's coming in for you right around the corner. So let's get some more information to just confirm that for you. Alright, so we'll get a couple different cards and a few different decks. Pile number 1, please. What is around the corner for pile number 1? What is around the corner for pile number 1? Stepping into the collective pile number 1. What is around the corner for them? What have they been manifesting? What is the spell work that they've been doing? Pile number 1. Alright, I guess that's it for this deck. I want this one here. Whoa. Okay. And let's see. Let's get a message from this pile, and then let's see what we have. Pile number 1. What is coming in? Alright. That should be good. Let's see what we have. We have, you hold the key to an awakened life. Set yourself free. The unknown is your friend. Lean in to embrace what's next. Okay, so we have 2 5s and 2 6s. So you're definitely making progress on whatever it is that you have been manifesting, pile number 1. Yeah, this new beginning, this light that's coming in for you. Oh, I'm sorry if y'all have heard that. Hopefully not. We have forgiveness. Oh, yeah. You are embracing maybe an aspect of yourself, and leaning into your divine child, your inner child. Loving yourself, letting go of the past, releasing yourself from the past. Yeah, and holding your worth and your value at an esteem, like you're being very protected, and you are protecting your inner child and nurturing whatever it is that you're trying to create in this path forward. Freeing yourself from the past, maybe in how you were treated, maybe somebody had treated you poorly, or the way that you allowed yourself to be treated poorly. You've been doing your healing work with manifesting this new beginning for you, these blessings that are ahead. Let's see what we have. Good cheer, with kind heart and humor free, may good cheer rule, so mote it be. Okay, so yeah, there's some emotional cleansing that's happening right now at this time. 7, very spiritual. Yeah, you've been tapping into that feminine energy of going with the flow and working on that sacral chakra here, the emotional realm, and relationships. We have harvest. As the waves of the ocean are infinite, as the trees in the forest grow tall, let my work now bring me to harvest. I am ready to receive my all. Yeah, look at this. You are open to receiving. We have 77 right here. And we have it right underneath our spell. So all the work that you have been doing, you're about to harvest those rewards. These blessings are about to come in for you. This transformation, this new beginning. You've been working on your shadows. You've been doing your healing work. And you're about to embrace this new beginning, this awakened aspect of yourself that's healed from these childhood wounds. And you're stepping into this future that is unknown for you, because you know, if you've gone through so much struggle and a lot of pain and challenges, it's hard to be in a space where, there aren't any. That becomes an unknown feeling. Things that you are, it's hard to accept the good blessings when you've been used to nothing but challenge and hardship, right? You're not sure what it feels like to just be and exist and not have any of those worries or any of those struggles. And it's hard to accept that you are worthy of those things, and that life isn't meant for a soul to be, working so hard and have challenge after challenge. But you have been doing your work, and you've met those challenges, and you've transformed, and you've healed some of those wounds, and the ways that you may have perceived yourself not feeling good enough, or not feeling that you deserve, better things for yourself, and you have done that work. And now it's time for you to receive those good blessings, those good relationships, that better future for yourself. Look, we have success. Success that's true belongs to me. Success with honor and integrity. Yeah, you have been doing the work. You have listened to your intuition. You have been guided by your light, your inner light, and you've been listening to your heart, just staying true to who you are. And now it's time for you to receive all the success and all the good things that are meant to be yours. Pile number 1. What an awesome reading. Let's see, we have love that you are different. Yeah. Shine your unique light. There's no one like you. It's okay to be different. To be different is beautiful. Shine that uniqueness that is you. And it's another 7. I love that. Pile number 1, you have 777. That is awesome. Very highly spiritual number. This is a big transformation for you. And we have heat messages, another 7. This is 16-7. So you may be receiving messages from your guides, from your intuition. This could be in your sleep. You might be seeing animals around you, particularly birds. Birds are messengers. They're messengers of inspiration, of higher perspective. I just love that. And here we especially have a bluebird, and bluebirds are very spiritually connected birds. I mean, most of them are, but I had the bluebird last year. They're very sociable, I want to say, and they're very loud. I think what I had read about them is that they warn the other birds if there's any danger around. And so you might be being asked to be more alert, be more perceptive of the energies and the people around you that make you feel less than, and to cut those people out of your life. Anybody that isn't of your, for your highest good, anybody that makes you feel like you're less than for some way, for being different, everything, it's time to let that go. And those people aren't worthy of you. They're not ready to handle your unique, bright light. And maybe we're thinking about removing those people out of your life. And if you can't, because these people may be family, you can just set those healthy boundaries for yourself and just, choose when to engage, but not to allow them to dampen your light or dim your light in any kind of way. Just that is their perception. It doesn't have to be your truth. Everybody's truth is different, and you can just allow those people to believe whatever they believe and not have it affect the way that you see things, the way that you are, the way that you shine. Okay, do not let other people make you feel like somehow you're not good enough, because that means that somehow you need their approval in order to be who you are. And the only person's approval that you really need is your own. File number 1. Okay, let's see, what else do we have from this? Let me make sure the camera has this straight, because sometimes my camera likes to shift. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of information for you, pile number 1. Don't be afraid to use your voice, to speak your truth, to shine, to stand out, to be different, to embrace your unique light, to move forward on this path that is unknown to you. Be open to receiving all the abundance and success that is meant to come your way. Open your heart, allow yourself to forgive others. See that people are only functioning from their level of awareness and the type of love that they are even available to give. A lot of people, when they're experiencing a lot of pain and they don't have much love, most people want to inflict that pain. They want to get out of that pain, so it's the only thing that they have to share. That's the only thing they have enough of to share, so they kind of try and project it on the others. And do not pick that up. That is not yours. You can let that lay where it lands, because it's not yours and it doesn't belong to you. Alright, let's get you one of these archetype cards, and I will read this to you from the book. Let's see what archetype wants to come out for you. Pile number 1. What archetypal energy is working with you as you go through this change? We have the comic. For me, I see like a mask of sorts. Let's see. The comic, the joker, the clown, the fool. The comic carries a remedy for all that ails this world. Amid the deepest pain and suffering, there is always a potential to lift up and out of the darkness through laughter. Though dismissed by some as lowbrow or unsophisticated, this archetype actually has a high advanced mind. Some may use the word genius, as humor requires one to see the situation from afar rather than be swept away by the drama. The comic sees and accepts the messiness of life, using it as a material to be mixed and shaped into a potion to soothe the stressed and serious mind. They literally lighten us up. Thus, within, the comic is usually the sage or the magician working healing magic upon the audience who will lend an ear. The comic may be an archetype that heals the deep division of our world, one pun at a time. The comic has plenty of shade to throw on others, and it can fall into shadow at the drop of a hat. Beware of their sharp claws. And then we have joy, jokes, and smiles are signs of a happy heart. Be wary of spiritual practices or teachers who leave the comic by the wayside. Alright, so there might be a perception that you have, sometimes when we can look back at some of our experiences, you can find a little bit of comedy in them. and be able to laugh at yourself. Ooh, sorry. And laugh at these situations. I have found laughter at some of my choices and my experiences of why did I even choose it, and I cannot believe I chose that, and why did it take me so long, to see the truth of the situation and be able to have that different perspective about it. And of course, when you're going through the process, it's not very funny at all. It can be very painful and very, very hard and defeating. But sometimes if you can find, some sense of humor in some of these experiences that you go through, and these are all, chosen by us. We sign these contracts before we incarnate, and we can ask ourselves later on, after we have completed that assignment and finished that class, and go, oh my goodness, I'm so glad that is over. I cannot believe I chose that for myself. What was I thinking? And I can't believe it took me this long to figure that one out. It was such a hard lesson. Or, I was in that cycle for a long time, and having those higher perceptions and forgiveness of yourself for choosing that situation in the first place, or choosing, to go through an experience that made you feel like you weren't good enough in some way, or to devalue yourself, and how long it took you to choose you over anything else, and to protect you instead of protecting, someone else who was actually doing you more harm than good in the relationship. And try to, when you're looking back over these lessons and these experiences, extracting what lessons you were learning from those experiences. What was I learning through having this person in my life, or having, this type of job, or going through this type of experience? What lessons have I learned from it, and bringing that forward, extracting that alchemical gold from the experience. Okay, let's see what else we have. Pile number 1 is around the corner for you, pile number 1. So yeah, you're going to be able to look back and find some, comic relief in this situation. We have energy of love. Behold the work through the eyes of love. Yeah, exactly. You're going to be able to see it from this higher perspective, and have a little bit more forgiveness for yourself and the other person playing that role. We have willpower. Improve your willpower to reduce your stress level. Now, you can choose what you allow to lend your thoughts to, who you're giving your energy to, whatever you're focusing on, choosing to focus on the past, or moving forward into this future that you're trying to create. And that's really what you're being asked to do, is to focus on the future of harvesting the success from having overcome these lessons, and forgiving yourself and listening to your heart. Yeah, choosing love, choosing this higher path, this new journey where you're going to be successful. So we have power of prayer. Give the situation to God for uplifting and healing, and be open to miracles. Heaven's unlimited resources, love, and answers are awaiting your prayers. Be sure to act upon the divine guidance God gives you in response to your prayers. Yeah, you're being listened to. Your prayers have been answered. Your angels are working behind the scenes. You're going to have this new abundance of love and success, and just happiness is coming in for you. And then we have donations, tithing, and charitable work. Give joyfully to an organization and people who spiritually support and inspire you. Know that your generosity will be returned to you many-fold in miraculous ways. The time, supplies, money, or other resources that you donate will ensure that your positive energy multiplies. Anything that you do to help someone else in your life is never a waste. It's always going to, the universe will find a way to repay you back for those good deeds. The energy that you're sending out is going to come back to you. So never feel bad or feel like you were wasting any of your energy and your heart on anyone, because that energy was needed. You were doing what you were supposed to be doing, and that is listening to your heart. So nothing was a waste of your energy or of your love. Everything is contributing to the upliftment of the vibration and the energies here on the planet. So you giving your love to somebody who maybe not have been deserving at the time, like even if they weren't open to receiving it in the way that you were giving it, that energy was used somewhere and applied somewhere where it could be of benefit, whether you realized it or not, even if it wasn't, you were intending it to be for a specific person. And let's say somebody that was in your life in a relationship, whatever that kind of relationship was, and they were hurting you, they were maybe disrespectful, the way that they would talk to you was rude, maybe they didn't value your time or your love, they were very unapologetic, that type of person, and you were looking, to their heart and maybe giving them an excuse for their poor behavior, oh well, that's just who they are, they're not a very emotional person, they're not very giving, they're not very generous, or they're just always crabby, that kind of personality, the empath who's always understanding of other people, or maybe you understand that their parents weren't very giving and nurturing, so they themselves aren't very giving and nurturing. But it still didn't stop the pain from hurting your feelings and maybe taking away from your energy by you being open and generous with your heart and your love and your understanding. And they may not have been able to see that that's what you were offering, but you were generous in allowing them to, and giving them excuses for their poor behavior. Believe me, I know, I understand this very much. And that energy, like, never feel bad for, always trying to see the positive and always looking for the good in the situation, because that energy went where it was needed to go and it wasn't wasted. If it was being directed at a specific person and it wasn't received by them, it was being received elsewhere. Source was sending that energy where it could be used and applied in whatever way was needed and intended, okay? All right, let me see. I think there's one more message for you. Let's see. Let's do the crystal and angels real quick and ask them for any more information. But we close out this reading. You pile number 1. What is around the corner for pile number 1? Pile number 1. Okay, they want this pile here, the source. Pile number 1. Okay, here we are. We have here and now. The future does not exist and the past is gone. I focus on the present moment. I have confidence in life again because here and now there is no danger. Everything happens when my soul is ready. Ooh, beautiful. And then we have release. I stop fighting my fears and the hardships of life. I control my thoughts. I live in the present moment and accept each stage of life. I work on what I have power over and put into God's hands what I can't change. I trust that everything will work out for the best. That's what I'm saying. Stay in your heart. Stay in the present moment. You've done the work of healing through the past. You've worked on healing your inner child. Your inner child feels safe now. It feels secure. It feels like it's being protected. You're never going to let anybody else harm you again. You're protecting your energy. You're focusing on your love. And you're stepping onto a path that is going to bring you lots of success and happiness. And that is what is awaiting for you around the corner, pile number 1. Thank you so much for tuning into this reading. Congratulations. If this reading resonates, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you guys again. Take care. Welcome, pile number 2. Those of you who chose the Carnelian or the Mirror card, this is your reading. And when I was shuffling the pile, you had 2 cards come out for you. So we're going to see what these 3 cards are. So we have the Mirror Perception, we have Wand Intention, and the High Priestess Guardian. Ooh, very spiritual master card. So these are saying that you are choosing or about to step into a place where the way that you have perceived things in the past, a particular situation or an appearance of something, you're going to see through the deception. You're going to shift the way that you see things by setting an intention to remove the illusion of the way that you see things, and you're going to step into your power. You're going to start creating and manifesting your future by your belief systems, through your belief, through the way that you see things, the way that you're starting to create your future and realizing that you have the potential to visualize, create, and intend this new beginning for you. So around the corner for you is the skills, the gifts, the talents necessary for you to create a future for yourself through your perception and your intention. You hold the keys. You hold the light. Having this higher perspective, this higher awareness, consciousness, this illumination, the way that you are seeing things, you're seeing through the illusion, you're seeing beyond the duality, and you're going to start creating with an intention of what it is that you want to create in the 3D realm. Pile number 2. Put the Carnelian up over here. Alright, I'm going to get a few more cards for you, but you got a lot of blessings coming for you. Let's see. It's an exciting place to be. The High Priest is somebody who is a magical being, somebody who's got some tools. You have an awareness, an enlightenment. Yeah, you might be just realizing that you are the creator of your reality, and how you choose to perceive things and what you're looking for is going to be what you see in the 3D realm. That's how this world works. It serves as a mirror. What you have within is what you will see without. What your belief systems are. If you believe it's possible, if you believe that it exists, it will for you. Pile number 2. What is around the corner for pile number 2? What information, what guidance can you have? Alright, we got those decks. Let's do this one here. And then I think we'll go ahead and see what messages. Ooh, that's way too many. Okay, they just work their way up bottom of the deck there. Let's see what we have. We have never a crowd on the leading edge. Honor those who honor you. Alright, oops. I just bumped my drink. Give me just a second here. Pile number 1. I want to make sure that is it recording? Yes, okay, good. Woo, making sure. Okay. Make sure that we're even. This thing likes to bounce around and I just bumped it, so I want to make sure that I got my angles straight. Okay, so there's something that you're here to create, something here that you're meant to bring forth, something that we haven't seen on the 3D realm yet, some information, some ways of perceiving things, some ancient knowledge that you're meant to bring forth into this new beginning, this new timeline. Pile number 2. So we have 29, which is an 11, and we have 11 here, 11, 11, yeah. There's something you're manifesting, something that you're meant to bring forth to the collective, some kind of inspiration, something that you're receiving, that you're meant to bring forth. Honor those who honor you. Yeah, you guys, this is something that you are meant to share with the collective. Ooh, we have you hold the key to an awakened life. This came out in pile number 1. Set yourself free. Now you have the skills, the talents, and the tools to set yourself free and create the life that you want to be living. The unknown is your friend. This one came out too. I swear I shuffled these. Y'all saw me shuffle them. The unknown is your friend. Lead in to embrace what's next. Yeah, here we go. We have 14 and 41, so we have the mirroring again. So there's something that you're meant to bring from your soul here onto the 3D and share with others. And it's something that you might not even know that you have. It's going to be something that you just receive in a download, some kind of information, some kind of code that's from, a higher level, a higher awareness, a different, I want to say, a galaxy, but I'm not sure why that was coming in, because I see all these souls and these, this gathering of people, and it appears that they're from different star systems, so it's some kind of information that's coming from the stars, a download that you're going to be receiving, some kind of information from these beings that you're meant to bring forth. That's going to help not only set you free, but others as well. It's something that hasn't been introduced to the collective yet. Lean in to embrace what's next. Yeah, we have this leaning in, so surrendering and allowing yourself to just be in this flow and be in the unknown and be okay not knowing where you're going at the moment or what it is. Allow it to be that mystery, because sometimes you don't want to be in a control, or the ego always wants to know, so it's always wanting like when, how, what is it, and trying to predict or worry or be in fear. And you're being asked to allow the unknown to be the mystery and settle into that mystery of being in the unknown, of being in the present moment. And when the time is right, when things have aligned, that's when the information is going to come in for you. So just hang in there a little bit. You have fertility. Let all take root, seed, and sprout. Let new life be all about. Yeah, that there's the seed, this code that you're meant to bring forth onto this this planet, and this is 10, number 10, which is also a 1, this new beginning, this new earth that we're all here trying to help create and visualize. And we now have organizations, so you're probably going to be a leader for this new earth. We have purpose, planning, efficiency, now come to me so easily. Yeah, everything's just going to fall into your lap. The steps are just going to be right there. You're going to know when this information comes in, when to act and when to move forward, and what you're meant to be doing. It's like a download of your purpose, of your divine purpose, your soul mission, what you're here to be doing. Alright, and we have authenticity. Who I truly am is good indeed. I am authentic in thought, word, and deed. You were chosen for this pile number 2 because you are a leader. You're somebody who can stand in the truth of who they are and have everybody's good intentions in your heart. You want the best for everybody. And this is a 10. 10, 10. Wow. This is beautiful. There'll be a lot of benefits from this pile. Number 2, we need more leaders. We need people who are actually for the people and not, division and separation. We need community builders, people who can gather like-minded people together and create communities of people who generally want to help one another. And that could be, people who are starting these co-ops, kind of like what they do with farmers and everything, how, certain farmers have different types of soil, and some lands are very abundant in growing, potatoes or corn or vegetables and even fruit, and you barter and trade, what you grow. And it's kind of almost, what we used to do back in the day before, money came along. It was a barter and trade. You would trade your skill, your craft, with other people's skills and craft. We would trade goods around with each other, and it was so that your needs were met, and it wasn't living beyond your needs. It was everyone had, you made sure you had a home, you made sure that you had food, you had clothing. If you had a doctor, you would barter and trade things to see the physician. You would barter and trade for your different types of foods. You would barter and trade your animals, things like that. If you didn't have any cows, but you had chickens, you would trade your eggs for the milk, Everybody has different skills and talents, and that is what we need. We need everybody to be in their authentic selves and acting from a place of what they're good at, using their passions and everything to create this new earth where we're all living from our highest joy. We're doing things that are natural gifts, and we're sharing them with the collective because it brings us joy to do so. And we aren't worried about how our needs are going to be met. We know that they will be met, that we will be provided for, because we're doing everything from our heart as an act in service. And when you're in service to spirit and to one another, that good karma comes back to you. But we have to be in that receptive place, in that place of balance, knowing that we're worthy and deserving of it, and holding on to our faith and our intention. Okay, let me get these other cards. We have true love come to me, true love shall come to me as I do will, so motive me. And for me, this is, the new earth where we're doing things from our heart space. We do things because we enjoy doing them, not because we're trying to get something out of it or because it makes us look good. We do it because it's in our heart to do so. Okay, and we have our faith, exactly. We lean into our faith. We know that we're always going to be provided for. When we're in service to one another, we're going to be blessed with these opportunities. We're going to be blessed with ways that we're going to be taken care of. And this is the balance of the masculine and the feminine, of giving and receiving. But it's receiving from the heart. You're not using your mind and trying to manipulate and control. You're just open to whatever is meant to be, will be. And I know that when I act from my heart and my highest good of helping others, then I know I too will be blessed with that same thing, right? Okay, we have prayer, exactly, and make that be your prayer every day. That is your visualization. Your prayer is what you are asking to receive from spirit, and taking what is offered to you in the moment and making the best of that situation. And sometimes you don't have the most, I want to say obsolete or the highest grade quality of items or tools to work with, but you have something at your disposal right here, right now, and you work with what you have until you can build up to get better. And there's always a space to begin something. You can begin. Use what you have as the stepping stones to get you there. Yeah, and you have a choice. You have the choice to remain in your faith and choose a place of being in faith versus fear. Because when we're in fear, we end up pushing what we want to attract to us, we push it away. So you want to remain in your faith and being open in your heart of receiving and knowing that you will receive. We have impatience. Yeah. This is something that you've probably been waiting for a while, or, sometimes you can be, in a cycle where you feel like, oh, this is taking forever for everything to work out for me. It's taking a while for my blessings to come in, and I've been giving, I've been doing, I've been putting the effort in, and that impatience that we can develop can create blockages for us that end up, creating more issues for us because we're not in the space of receiving and having that faith that everything's coming in. And wanting to reach the end before the time is ready to be in that space and doing that job, whatever it is. And sometimes we have to have a little bit more patience because things have to align, and there could be more information, more downloads, more skills, more lessons that we're needing to learn in this waiting, in this pause that you might find yourself in, this time out where you're in the unknown, in the pause, in the womb, waiting for that new beginning, waiting for that rebirth. So you're in the process of the shifting from one way of perceiving and doing things and living, and moving into the other. So have a little bit of patience as you make the shift, okay? Because there's some wisdom that you need to integrate before you can move forward, right? Okay, next we have nourish the soul. Yeah, there's been a lot of maybe perceptions that you've had to battle. It hasn't been easy. Helping, encouraging yourself, or maybe your inner child. It's almost like you having to like convince yourself of something that you can't see, but you know it exists, right? And you have this fire, this intention, this passion of knowing that you're meant for something bigger and better, even though you can't see it yet. But things are gathering up. I want to say space, momentum, plasma, energy in the spiritual realm, and it takes time for it to materialize, densify. It has to like condense down into the 3D before it can be physically manifest. And so you have to have enough patience and time, and keep holding your intention and holding that focus of your visualization of what it is that you want to manifest on the 3D. And it takes a lot of dedication, faith, and prayer in order to, lock in, seal in, manifest, crystallize it here into the 3D. All right, and we have do not fear the unknown. Why you got two of these? The unknown. The unknown is your friend. Exactly. The unknown just means you are in the potential of the manifestation. All right, you're in the in-between space right now. But that manifestation is coming for you, pile number 2. The unknown, is very much connected to the divine feminine, and the divine feminine flows, surrenders. She can be mysterious because it's like I said, it's the womb of potential. And in the womb of potential, think of like a child that's being about to be born. It's in the womb, it's in the plasma, in the, what is it? Amniotic fluid. Is it amniotic fluid? Anyways, it can hear the world outside of itself, but it can't see it yet, and because it's not meant for the rebirth to take place. You're kind of in that space right there. You're in the womb, about to be reborn onto this new path with a new mission, with a new awakening, new inspiration, where you can be yourself, where you can create from your heart space. And it's going to be the thing that nourishes your soul. I love that. All right, let me get a few more cards for you. See if there's anything else. Let me check my timer. Where are we at? Okay, I got a few more minutes. What do we have? Finding the path. So we have the path here. Yeah. You have the choice. You are the driver and the navigator. Yep. You're the one who's in control. You choose. Listen to your heart. Follow your heart. Follow your truth. Be honest. Be authentic. Use whatever tools you have in front of you. partnership, allow healthful, supportive partnerships into your personal life and career, and both parties benefit as a result. You are receiving help from heaven and from a person who brings needed skills and resources. Yeah, so on this new path, you might be finding friendship, you might be finding somebody else who can help you navigate this new earth and these new beginnings. You may be coming in contact with your soul tribe, those who are on similar mission to you. Alright, we have obstacles and blocks are lifted. All your good personal work and your positive energy shift has overcome previous obstacles and blocks are being lifted away. You will now experience progress and forward movement with your projects. Stay centered in gratitude to ensure that your flow of abundance continues. There you go. Stay in your heart space. Be open to receiving. Be grateful for anything that comes your way. Utilize whatever gifts that are being sent to you through spirit, because you will be sent. There can be messengers in disguise, tools in disguise, things you haven't thought of using. Be creative. Use your passion to guide you. What can I use right now that's going to help get me onto my desired path? And don't be worried about, if you don't have the best. Just use what you have and begin right now. All right, I want to get an archetype, and I'm going to read this from the book for you. All right, so you've ended up getting 3 different ones. That's so funny. We have the 1, we have the flame, and then we have the comic, which also came out in pile number 1. Okay. So this is your unique inner flame, and finding some humor, finding some joy in the path that you're on, right? Have a sense of humor. Okay, here we go. The 1. Our ability to experience this archetype firsthand is limited. It comes in brief and potent moments that we are left to savor for a lifetime. The 1 is both the energy that unites all living beings and our capacity to sense this intimate union. This archetype eludes us most of our lives, appearing as a concept in a distant galaxy. Yet, when we are in the midst of its power, a solemn reverence falls across all the land. We glimpse ourselves in the vastness of all consciousness and are neither small nor large within that field. We are neither important nor unimportant. All duality fades away, and we are left with what is, the precious knowing that life is a gift, and we are both the giver and the receiver of this fortune. Ooh. Yeah, this is transcending duality and becoming that unified spark of source within this physical body. That connection to, source, and anchoring in like your higher self, where there is no male or female. It is both that Christ energy. It is said that Om is the primordial sound of the universe and that all other mantras are born from it. Simply imagining this possibility will activate the 1 archetype. The Unus Mundus is a circle representing the unity of existence. Is it possible that the beginning and the end of all things is love? Ooh, I love that. So the beginning, the ending is also a beginning, right? So it is the Ouroboros, the serpent eating its tail. From one ending is a new beginning. All things are one. Essentially, all is love. Okay, and we have flame as a tool to use. In Sanskrit, the word for fire is Agni. The ancient yogis saw this flame at the center of the abdomen and believed it to be responsible for our vitality. When it is lit, we are connected to our purpose, and sense of life is a sacred gift. It is said that those who cannot see the sacred around them have let their inner flame go out. Think of this card as a call to reignite that fire, to cup your hands gently around those things you've forgotten, and protect the flame no matter how harshly the winds around you blow. It could be an inner archetype that begs you to light its wick. It is likely that the poet, the mystic, or the shaman would call to you with the language of the flame. So this is your passion. What are you passionate about? And letting that inner light guide you to your soul purpose. Okay, and then we have the comic again. Okay, the comic. The comic carries a remedy for all that ails this world. Amid the deepest pain and suffering, there is always the potential to lift up and out of the darkness through laughter. Though dismissed by some as a lowbrow or unsophisticated, this archetype actually has a highly advanced mind. Some use the word genius, as humor requires one to see the situation from afar rather than swept away by the drama. The comic sees and accepts the messiness of life, using it as material to be mixed and shaped into a potion to soothe the stressed and serious mind. They literally lighten us up. Thus, within, the comic is usually the sage or the magician, working healing magic upon the audience who will lend an ear. The comic may be the archetype that heals the deep division in our world, one pun at a time. Yeah, I love that. So the comic can be seen as you being the magician, you taking and extracting, each element, however you're working with earth, air, fire, and water, your mind, your emotions, your passions, your thoughts, things like this, and how to create and manifest that intention here on the earth plane. You being the manifester yourself, you uniting the duality, you helping to create this new earth by using your own skills, using your ability to see things. You might be somebody who's very empathic, very clairaudient. You might be a medium. You might practice mediumship. There's a perception that you have that is meant to be shared with others. All right, one final message, please, for pile number 2. Okay, we have freedom. I realize my wounds create doubt, resentment, and guilt, so I work to free myself of darkness. I cast off negative thoughts, find peace in my heart, and discover the being of light within me. I love it. Set yourself free from the past. Pile number 2. You are free. You're able to use and extract whatever lessons, whatever information, whatever medicine you can from the darkness, from the past, and illuminate it and use it for fuel. Use your pain. Use it to give you the ambition, to give you the fire, to fuel the flame of your passions of what it is you want to create from those experiences. Okay? Alright, pile number 2, I hope this reading resonates with you. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Thank y'all so much for joining me today. Y'all, take care. Alright, pile number 3, everybody who chose the Nemesis card with the Moss Agate stone. I'll place this over here. So the Nemesis card says lesson. And we have her surrounded by fire. So there's something, a cleansing that's happening and taking place for you. Pile number 3, there's going to be some healing. So healing is coming in for you right now. You're standing at a crossroads, maybe an impasse of making a choice, a decision, of letting something go and embracing something new, and essentially that is better for you. Yeah. Listen to your wisdom and your intuition on this pile number 3. I love that. We have the Trinity right there. So I want to get some more of these because pile number 1 and 2 had extra cards that came out for them. Okay. So we had several come out. We have Black Cat, Psychism, Serpent Power, Chalice Fertility, and the Silver Bow Love. Oh wow. Okay, pile number 3. You might be getting a Kundalini activation, and if you don't know what that is it's an energetic energy that runs up through the spine. It connects all the chakras, and it opens up new awarenesses and perceptions and higher consciousness. It also relates to the divine feminine energy, not in a gender way, just in the yin energy of nurturing, healing, cleansing, receiving, that self-love and self-care energy. All right, and we have this activation of your third eye, your root, and your sacral chakra. And you've been doing some healing, doing some cleansing work, maybe in the way that you see yourself, the way you love yourself. Yeah, and restoring the balance that you have within you. You may be somebody who has always been the person who nurtures and gives to others, and you tend to forget to leave yourself out sometimes and run yourself ragged, where you feel like you have no energy for yourself, and you're now going to start pouring energy into you and opening yourself up to receive all these blessings that are trying to pour in for you, and restoring your health, restoring your connection back into your emotions, restoring your energy levels, reconnecting back into your heart chakra, and opening yourself up to receive all the love and the blessings that are meant to come your way. Pile number 3. Yeah, there's some ancient wisdom that you might be receiving. It like there's this awakening that happens when you activate the Kundalini, and a lot of healing can come in, which means you're doing a lot of shadow work. There's a lot of memories from the past that resurface. Some of our pain can come up of things that we may have repressed, or feelings that we kind of stuff down, choose to not want to engage in for a little bit. And when we are healing, you're asked to just allow yourself to release those feelings and to express them, so that you can let them go and heal and move forward from those experiences, because we can't live in the past in the regret of the way that things happened. We can't go back to the past, and we can't live in the future. The future is unknown and yet to be. So right now is where you have the opportunity to be in your heart and in the center and in the present moment of your creation, of what it is that you want to bring forth. What is this new beginning going to look like for you? And what do you want? What legacy do you want to leave behind as well? So there's a lot of joy up ahead. There's a lot of peace. There's a lot of relaxation. Yeah, I see somebody who's just wondering, what about, me? I feel like I've been left alone. I've been manifesting. I've been visualizing. I've always done my best, and you're receiving some divine grace. Pile number 3. We got 33 right here. So there's there's mastery of these gifts that you have of healing yourself. So there might have been a lot of healing that you've had to go through, and a lot of elevating your perception of how you see the situations, how you perceive your pain, and extracting all the lessons, extracting the gold from every situation. And I see a pineal activation for you, so there's going to be an awakening that occurs definitely up ahead for you. And you're going to have so much peace, and you're going to be filled with so much love about all this hard work that you have done for yourself. That's beautiful, beautiful. Pile number 3. Yeah, there's just a lot of blessings big peace of mind is about to come in on you. You've been doing some healing work, that cleansing therapy. Alright, let's get some more information. Pile number 3, please. Any more in here? A lot of these cards are trying to just fly out of my hand. Oops, excuse me if y'all hear the dog in the house. Okay, so we did get quite a bit. So I'll try not to get too many of this other deck here, but there's always some wisdom in these. Pile number 3, please. What is around the corner? Alright, let's just stop with these, because I want to make sure I have space on my board. Okay, we have X marks the spot. See the love in the skies, exactly. You may have been doing that work already. You are where you're meant to be. You're in a time in your life where peace is about to come in, where you have done the hard work, or you've done the cleansing, you've done the healing. You're now able to see with your higher mind, your higher perception, with your awakening, with this new discovery that you have, and able to embrace this new beginning for you, this abundant future that's going to bring in that peace of mind, where you're just going to be, all of your hard work is going to pay off, and the fruits of your labor are going to be there waiting for you. And see how you've always been guided, you've always been protected along the journey, because you have been. We have from fear to fuel, stand still and own your power. Yeah. No longer being reactive to the fearful, mind that wants us always to worry and be afraid. If this isn't going to happen, this isn't going to work out, or when's that going to happen? When should I do this, or what if I'd have done that? The ego always wants us to be in our head and worried and, fearful and trying to control everything. And you have come into your power. You know who you are. You're no longer allowing fear to control you. You've awakened yourself to a level where your divine masculine and your divine feminine are in union and working together with one another. There's no duality anymore. It's just the one, your higher self, fully anchored into your physical form. Yeah, there's some grounding energy. We have root chakra energy here. And we have Knights of the Round Table. Let their love lift you higher. Look at that. And this to me represents your crown chakra. Your activation that's coming in from doing this hard work, from working with the divine masculine and the divine feminine and grounding your higher consciousness here into the planet Earth. This is the grounding of your higher self. Ooh, I love that. We have what would your higher self do? Woohoo! You are divinity and blue jeans. I love that. What a confirmation is that? Yeah, you are grounding in your divine self, your higher self, in this abundance, this love, this divinity. We have build and breaks. I know I said blind. Maybe in the past you were blind to seeing, your gifts and the blessings and the beautiful soul that you are. We have build in the breaks, saunter slowly. Okay, so yeah, when we are anchoring in our higher self, there is a lot of energy, a lot of light consciousness that has to be able to integrate into this physical form. And if our higher self was to try and just jump straight into our physical body, we would probably burn up because that's so much light, there's so much information and love and intelligence that in this 3D, it's so dense that we can't push through the barriers. It has to be a slow process. It slowly integrates and works its way through the density. It's like trying to shove, it's like water trying to go through, rock. Like, it takes time to like soak and bleed through. Over time, it like wears it thin, and that's kind of like what has to take place when our higher self is trying to ground into this physical dense reality. Like, there's a lot of purification that has to happen where we cleanse off as much density as we can, get rid of the heavy particles that are in our DNA, within our aura, these karmic situations, the misperceived programs, the programs that we receive from our parents, from our ancestors, just being in certain relationships and everything like that. These are all our, let's see how to say this in a way that y'all will understand. Our lessons come through, most of them come through relationships. We're always learning through relationships more about ourselves. And when we're in these relationships with our family, relationships with society, through friendship, through marriage, through just being born, through our DNA and everything like that, we come with a certain amount of karma or programs. I want to say viruses in a sense, just things that we have to work through because they're programs, and a lot of them are not very high vibrational. They are, based on a time where things were different in society, and society created these ways of living and being and believing, and so most people just went with, the social norms, and anybody who was against that way of doing things, sometimes they were just killed, burned. They would remove themselves from society and go live in the woods, on their own and stuff, and even then they weren't safe from others. If you were different or you stuck out and you didn't do what everybody else was doing, then they would just kill you. And so nowadays, they can't do that. There's a certain amount of bullies and stuff like that, and there's always been bullies through lifetimes. So, but anyways, we are born with a certain amount of karma that we have to cleanse and transmute, and our family or through our DNA. And once you do so, the densities lift. You go through a process of alchemizing those lower energies until you're purified enough where you can hold more light, more information, more consciousness of your higher self can then anchor into the physical body, so that you can then be a walking enlightened being like Yeshua, like Buddha and such. So we're constantly supposed to be working on cleansing and transmuting these dense energies until we fully anchor in that unity consciousness of Christ consciousness here onto the planet Earth. And so it is a slow process, but if you continue to keep working with like the violet flame, to keep cleansing the impurities out. If you're not working with the violet flame, you're being asked to work with the violet flame to keep transmuting those density energies so that your higher self can fully anchor into this 3D. Okay, I hope that made sense. We have magical powers. I weave and clear. I cast and know magic secrets to me now show. Yeah. So we have the phoenix here. The phoenix is rising from the ashes. So once we do that alchemical work, we work through the shadows, we clear those karmic patterns, our higher self, we are then reborn as our higher self into this 3D dimensional plane. Which takes a lot of work, it takes a lot of clearing, it takes a lot of dedication. Last one we have your freedom, or sensuality, your freedom flowing from far away. I dance, I love, I laugh, and play. So this is our divine feminine, making sure that you are working with the divine feminine energy, because she is the nurturer. She's the one that helps to manifest the working with the 3D. This is physical manifestation. For me, the divine masculine is the unseen. It is the programs, the seed in a way. And the divine feminine is the one that that nurtures, creates, and then sustains it. So she gives it that physical form, right? Just like with the male has the seed, he gives it to the divine feminine. That seed contains all the programs, everything that it is meant to be and grow into. And the divine, and the mother, she then takes that seed, she nurtures it, she grows it, and then she gives it physical form. So that is what you're being asked to do, is to nurture this physical vessel and in order to bring in those higher levels, to bring in your magical powers, to bring in your divine self. Nurture this physical form. Make sure that you're taking time out to nurture yourself. Practice that self-care. Schedule time off from work. If you are somebody who is a workaholic, you need to find that balance, restabilize yourself so that you can ground in these higher energies. And it requires you to take care of yourself. When you receive these higher downloads, it can be very taxing on your body, because there's so much light, so much information. It's just full of fire, and which is the divine masculine. It's all fire. It's like fire and air. And so, because it's information, it's fire, it's light, it's that passion, it's the energy. And the divine feminine, she's the water, she's the earth, the physical. And so that you have to balance those energies out, and making sure you're taking time out to rest and nurture that physical body so that it can be able to handle and sustain this energy that's trying to integrate into the vessel. Okay? I'm going to do the archetype first and then read y'all the archetype for y'all. So let's get what archetype is working with pile number 3, please. An archetype for pile number 3. Yeah, seeing the rainbow sticking out. This is like your 12 DNA strands are being activated. That full rainbow spectrum of light. Okay, we have the animal. This is our human instinct. And then we have the shaman. Wow, that's awesome. So it's taking that human form and healing the human part of ourselves, the human aspect, so that the divine can enter into that form. Okay, let's see what the guidebook has to offer. Okay, we are mammals. The hair on our chest and between our legs reminds us so. We try hard to deny our unrefined animalistic nature, yet through this archetype we tap into power and direction. Activating the animal within means reawakening our relationship to nature in the most broad and embodied sense. Drinking from waterfalls, roaring at the moon, opening eyes underwater, eating berries from the vine. The life force of our planet begs us to set down the devices, the constraints, and the social constructs, and remember the warm blood that pulses through our veins. The animal longs for breath, food, procreation, and physicality. It wants soil under our nails and starlight on our skin. If this all sounds terribly unsophisticated to you, take note that it is said that when Buddha became enlightened, he roared like a great lion. Isn't that awesome? I love that. There's so much confirmation here for you, pile number 3. Okay, notice your resistance to the animal within. Where does it come from, and what has it kept you from doing wild one? It's very much connected to our ego, but it's the part of us that's not tamed. So we control our fear, we teach our fear. It is a messenger. It shows you where you need to apply healing, where you need to nurture an aspect of yourself. The animal demands we get comfortable in our own skin. The minute you accept, express, and celebrate the physical body, you tap into animal energy. Nice. Self-care, self-love, love, love, love. Alright, next we have the shaman. archetypal ingredients constitute the shaman, and all must be present in order to reveal its magic. First, the shaman is activated by long-standing and diligent study, the mentor. Second, its orientation is generously and accurately aimed towards the healing of the self, the other, and the culture, the healer. And third, the shaman has a knack for finding doorways to the other world, allowing psychic visions and old magic to leak into this world, the unseen. In this way, the shaman is a master who bridges the everyday and the sacred, revealing potent power needed desperately in our time. Yet where there is power, there is shadow. So the shaman must be diligent in studying their darkness. This card reminds us that the force of healing is ultimately not our own. We must shape it and share it with the world. Oh, I love that. The shaman can't be rushed. Working with this archetype requires study and perseverance. Think of it brining or marinating. The content must permeate every fiber of the being. Contrary to popular belief, the shaman archetype appears in every vocation. Teachers, directors, surgeons, politicians, and poets are just a few of the faces a shaman can wear. I love that. So yeah, when you heal yourself and you master yourself, and that is what you have been doing, that's what you have done, pile number 3, and that is what is around the corner for you, is the self-mastery. So congratulations. I just want to get some cards. Oh, it's this pile. Let's look over here. A message from Source real quick. And then we'll close your reading. Congratulations. Okay, we have a new opening. When one door closes, I'm confident another will open, and it will be for my betterment. I accept that life brings challenges and acknowledge the opportunity and learning they present to me. Serenity comes from within. Yes. In God's hands, my trust in life is implicit. God's greater knowing and greatest love guides my heart and choices. My faith is steady, and I remain true to my light. Everything unfolds according to God's will. Yeah, this surrendering, this new opening, this new beginning, this new perception. And on the bottom we have freedom. I realize my wounds create doubt. This came out in the last pile. There's a common thread through all 3 of these, so somebody may have just watched each one, watched each reading in line. I realize my wounds create doubt, resentment, and guilt, so I work to free myself of darkness. I cast off negative thoughts, find peace in my heart, and discover the being of light within me. I mean, that's confirmation right there. Your higher self, and bringing that light, that being of light, here into the 3D, pile number 3. Congratulations. Thank you for joining me today. I hope this reading has resonated for you. Please like, share, and subscribe. If you feel like commenting in the bottom, I'd love to hear from you. Y'all come back for future readings. I'll see you again. Y'all take care.